The noon hour of madness and mayhem powered by Jalisco's, the podcast.
Well, Victor, I found a band called Lorna Shore 2.
Lorna Shore 2?
Go ahead and look them up on your phone.
Right.
Do you have Spotify installed on your phone? I mean the dreadful S word.
I do. Sadly, I do.
Look up Lorna Shore 2 and look at one of the song titles. We can't say it on the air. Just read it.
2. How could somebody call themselves that? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm waiting for that certain individual to clap back against them.
Yeah. I would imagine that'll happen probably any second because that individual just can't help himself. He can't do anything but just fight people online.
Oh, he's been going nuts. He's been driving me crazy.
Yeah, I'm burnt on it.
Because I do like his antics, and I do think fighting against weirdos on the internet's fun, but it's just too much now.
Yeah, now he just appears like a total tool.
Right.
And very unlikable, the things I'm seeing him do. And, it's a guy I've talked about before that, he claims it's an online persona and blah, blah, blah. But I think he may have actually gone off the deep end, and he's going to drive away so many of his fans.
Well, speaking of driving away fans, Danny from the Octane Fan Club, I was looking at the question. It just popped up on my Facebook feed here. Am I the only one who's sick of hearing a work of art by Ice Nine Kills? And then someone replied back, I'm sick of hearing Jose ramble about getting murdered in horror movies and everything else for 5 minutes before playing it. Wouldn't you also brag about you would brag about it a ton?
Probably
if you got killed in an Ice Nine Kills music video.
I mean,
they have merch that has Jose's face on it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, because sometimes we'll do repeat content on the station. Because
sure.
When you've done it for 10 years, it's like, all right, I know I've told this story before, but some people aren't, will not have heard it before. The hardcore listeners got to realize the average person doesn't listen for big, long stretches. So
very true.
There may be Octane listeners who are unaware that Jose was in that music video, even if he's said it countless times. How many times have we said, download the K-Bear app?
Millions.
Millions of times. And I still talk to people that don't realize we have a free app available in your iPhone and Android stores. Just search for K-Bear 101. We have free apps for all of our stations. So,
also, our shows are on demand, like this one.
Yeah. You can check out the noon hour of madness and mayhem everywhere podcasts can be found, along with Peach's Pit Party, The Victor Wilt Show, Artist Interrogations. We got a lot of different content. But, some of our listeners listen hardcore all day and some, during their 10-minute drive to work.
And I feel bad for the hardcore listeners because they have to overhear everything. Everything over and over and over again.
Yep, just like hell. We're the best. Nobody's better than us.
I can't believe we drove that one woman away because we kept saying we're the best. Or that's a weird reason why you hate a radio station.
Yeah, because I thought we do it in a pretty joking way.
Right.
I mean, it's true, but we still try to do it in a fun way.
Well, according to this one guy on the, that Craig dude that keeps posting about the radio stations on Life in Idaho Falls?
Shout out to Craig for promoting our radio stations.
Yeah, thank you, Craig. But no, there was this one dude that's like, man, Neil and Julie from that talk show, they have a huge audience. I love them.
What? They don't have a huge audience.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
They do not have a huge audience. Nobody outside of their little echo chamber even knows who they are. Aside from our listeners, when I point out that he tried to take on Neil deGrasse Tyson and got a literary stomp down, and it was the most amazing thing I ever saw. And you reminded me of something else I want to talk about on the next break, Peaches.
The noon hour of madness and mayhem, powered by Jalisco's. I am Peaches.
I'm Victor Wilt. Yesterday on the show, Peaches, we talked a little bit about, the old slogan for Howie and Piper's show. And
Wake up, rock hard.
Rock hard. It was a great slogan. So, I ultimately was able to determine by talking to people that Piper told me. I came up with that. Piper came up with that. So
shout out Piper.
Yeah, shout out to Piper Finney. She's doing good in South Carolina, North Carolina. One of them Carolinas.
Yeah, one of them.
I should know.
I thought it was North Carolina.
I think it's North.
The last time she came here to see us and all that, she was a yoga instructor and talked about her place in North Carolina because I think she was affected by the hurricane?
Yeah. And so Asheville's North Carolina. I think you're right, Peaches.
She's close to Mr. Beast?
Close to Mr. Beast. How good of friends are they? If she's close to him. All right, anyway. So yesterday, did we talk about the post about the Z103 morning show?
That was posted around like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I think it was around 1:30, so it was after the noon hour yesterday.
Okay, this is a great opportunity to talk about perception and things like that. Every once in a while, someone will tell you and me, I miss the old K-Bear. And we're like,
I miss the old Kanye.
Well, most people do. I don't think anybody's happy with the new Kanye.
No, not at all.
So somebody posted about the Z103 morning show asking if it was local, and it's sort of local. It's out of Boise, Joey and Lauren. And there's a lot of comments in there about Brad and Tara. Rest in peace to Tara, former employee here.
Never got the chance to meet her, unfortunately.
We got along great. As Brad Barlow, one of the best people in radio.
Super nice guy.
One of the very best. Brad Barlow, made the decision at one point to retire from radio. He was the morning host on Z with Tara, and he decided he was going to retire from radio. So we did a big going away party, and he was out of radio for many, many years. It was his own decision. I'm done. And then, at the time he decided he wanted to get back in, Z's doing its own thing. So, he had an opportunity to pop in and do a part-time thing somewhere else. I believe it's part-time. So there's all these comments trashing Joey and Lauren and talking about how great Brad and Tara were. Now, Brad and Tara were, they did a great show, for sure. It was one of the most popular in East Idaho. But what people don't realize, because everyone's like, that show was the best, blah, blah, blah. And, Joey and Lauren, blah, 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 blah. And these are all people like my age. Joey and Lauren is not, these folks chiming in about their show are not the target demographic for a show like Joey and Lauren. Same as Brad and Tara back in the day. Now, when you think back to stuff from when you were a young kid or teenager, you look back on it with nostalgia, and it was, a very big, important part of your lives. If Brad and Tara were to jump on air today doing their exact same show that they did back then, people our age would not connect with it the same, because it's a show dealing with, Z103 is all about the current hot new music. They're going to be talking Olivia Rodrigo and Billie Eilish and all of that stuff and whatever's popular in current pop culture. A 40-year-old, because I saw a local podcast host chime in about this, and I'm like, dude, you're my age. There is no way that a top 40 radio show is going to be up your alley at our age, especially like knowing these guys do a pretty vile podcast. I think that just like people who, I miss Piper or whatever, those were different times, and the shows were completely different. The Z103 CHR top 40 format, it's not a middle-aged person's format as far as the on-air hosts go. Tune in and listen to Katie Lee. And that's another thing I was glad people were pointing out, that, like you in the comments. We have in-studio, real live hosts every day. Real people in here, sitting here.
Luckily, that Elliott guy was more so talking about the country as a whole. He didn't really mean just here in the area.
Yeah.
And so I got what he meant, because I am also sick and tired of the same syndicated shows everywhere else.
Yeah. But I think as Idahoans, we should be supportive and proud of Joey and Lauren for having a syndicated show. Idaho doesn't have very many syndicated shows. They're nice people. It's not my kind of content. I'm not going to sit down and listen to it because it's not made for me. It's made for a completely different audience than Viktor Wilt, the rock and metal guy, So it just made me mad to see people trashing on him. Like, oh, anybody can put their show on if you want to pay them. It's like, well, yeah, that's syndication. Lou Brutus.
You can book a band at a venue if you pay them.
Yeah. Like Lou Brutus is a syndicated radio host.
Yeah.
Rush Limbaugh was a syndicated radio host. Howard Stern.
He probably had the most shows everywhere at one point.
Yeah. Why is that an insult? It's not an insult at all. I wish we could get syndicated. That'd be awesome. That'd be fantastic to be on more stations than one. We'd make more money.
Sure,
it'd be great.
Yeah.
So it's just another example of the constant negativity that you see online. And,
but again, not to interrupt you here, sorry about that, but I'm thinking like, what radio show would those people do if they were to stand behind the microphone? Or because they would stumble, they wouldn't know what to say. We've tried DJ for a Day many times. How many of those people were like the exact same results as the first round of auditions on American Idol, like William Hung?
Yeah, dude, totally. It's not as easy as you'd think. And, I like the guys that do the podcast that chimed in.
I haven't heard it. I'll have to take a listen.
But their show, you couldn't do that on radio.
No, of course not.
You couldn't.
But I feel like they're also proudly saying, we don't want to be on radio. We're too vulgar.
Maybe. But also, even if they could do that kind of show on radio, it wouldn't be on a station like Z103 because that audience would not want to hear
wouldn't be on here
a show like that. Yeah, there's certain, you have to appeal to the audience that goes with that station. And Z103 is a station directed toward much younger people that are into modern pop culture. And the times have changed. The way young people think is very different than people my age. Look at the arguments you and me get in about a variety of things. A decade can make a huge difference. So if you're talking a 20-year difference between a certain type of person, those people are not going to be alike whatsoever. So I don't know. When I saw this particular podcast chime in, some of the people who are laughing at the comments, I know that one particular, personality was on their show recently.
Oh.
And I could imagine that person, based on what I know about them, having some bad things to say that probably weren't true because that person is a liar. All right? That person is a liar. And, we might need to play Fozzie Judas, on air. A bit of a backstabber. So,
I mean, Papa Roach, Leave a Light On is lined up next. Should we change that up?
Well, yeah, we're probably going to have to change that up and play Fozzie Judas, I'm thinking, or something like that.
All right. How about that dope song?
Maybe you'll have to tell me off air.
I can't say the title at all.
We have a song about betrayal. We got
Pay the price for your betrayal.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. Some people are just bitter. They bring a bunch of problems on themselves and they can't take responsibility for their own actions that, led to their own issues. So they point the blame at other people and they just stay bitter. And it's unfortunate and I'm just making assumptions here, but
I know you're 100% not a liar or Jade. For that matter.
I never lie. I am 6'3" and very fit, and I'm
tons of hair on the head.
I'm a former professional football player, everybody.
That's
so
right.
I would never lie.
You played left bench. His number was half. Victor, you brought up a great point last break about K-Bear, people saying, I miss the old K-Bear. I really want to know, what exactly do they miss? Do they miss some sort of obscure artist that we used to play that we don't anymore? I mean, I've talked to one listener who still listens to this day, but he says he misses the old K-Bear, but that's because we supposedly played more Iron Maiden and more Megadeth, more stuff like that.
Well, probably that was 20 years ago.
Exactly.
25 years ago.
Right, yeah, you had me looking at the radio charts for the Modern Rock / Alternative Facebook group.
Yeah.
And I was looking at some of the biggest songs from back then. I mean, it's still Chevelle and Rise Again, from 25 years ago to the year 2000.
Yeah, it's not that much different, but there certainly would have been more 80s tracks because it was the late 90s. And that, stuff like Megadeth, that was too heavy for classic rock radio at the time. So we were kind of the go-to. And we still play Megadeth and Iron Maiden.
Definitely.
Which most active rock stations like us, they don't tend to go back that far, or they might play like AC/DC and Guns N' Roses, some like real massive hit songs, Back in Black, Sweet Child of Mine, Welcome to the Jungle. But yeah, it would be interesting to know what exactly they miss. Because I could understand missing like Howie and Piper,
maybe the personality.
Yeah, personalities. I could see that.
I don't like Peaches. I miss the old afternoon personality. Peaches is too mean to me.
Yeah, because people are going to get attached to different personalities. There's people who like you way better than me, people who like me better than you. There's people
there's tons more people liking you more than me.
I don't know, man.
I came in with the
know.
handicap. Oh, he's from California. I don't care about him. He's awful.
But yeah, there's, certainly people who miss Howie. I always liked listening to Howie on air. There's people who miss Jade on air. I remember the old guys from back in the day. Dusty. We had our own Dusty.
Yeah, there was a guy that's saying that he missed these two DJs I've never even heard of on that one post on Facebook that we were just talking about from Craig.
Pull it up and let me see.
I need to find that post. I'm glad the post hasn't been deleted, unlike another post that was about me.
Yeah. I wonder who deleted it. But and shout out to that person because they gave me a nice tip for finding Lucy. I don't know if you saw that on one of my posts.
Yeah, but then I also saw that I gained about 25 followers thanks to that guy's post. So appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't think I've been gaining followers lately. I think I'm about maxed out.
I just keep inviting them to like my page.
I need to do that. I really need to do that.
Well, you can keep plugging your page on the social medias for K-Bear. Say add Viktor Wilt everywhere.
That's right. I'm easy to find. /Viktor Wilt on every single platform.
That's funny because there's that one same guy that keeps going, people still listen to the radio?
I know. And I'm like,
I think I'm funny.
And I comment, I'm like, didn't I just tell you to listen to radio?
Right. Oh, I miss Dale and Jess. Man, they were the best DJs. Those were the good old days.
Okay, they were on the Hawk back in the day when I first started.
Okay.
Dale, I'm not sure where he's at now.
Says Dale still lives in Idaho Falls, according to his Facebook profile. Now,
What?
Jess is...
I don't think Dale lives in Idaho Falls.
KSSN program director,
yes,
on-air personality at iHeart. So I'm assuming she must be very good at her job if she's making her way up the ranks.
Yeah, and she's super nice. Dale and Jess were both great. After Dale moved, I'm not sure to where, but he took a position in a bigger market. Jess did the show with Dawn for a long time. But yeah, great people. Definitely worked with them. But I thought Dale was in a bigger market doing something. They really think he's back here?
I'm not sure.
Let me
I'm always hoping the best for the best for a lot of these personalities,
Yeah,
I feel bad.
Even the ones I give grief, I get along with them fine. Yeah, he went on air by Brother Dale. That was his.
That's right. You told me about that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I can't remember his last name. I know he's on my Facebook friends.
I just had that comment pulled up. Hold on. I'm scrolling back up. Dale's last name is, should I say it?
Yeah.
Desmond.
That is his last name. All right. At Brother Dale. Let's see here. What is he doing? Oh, he's doing a throwback video. I was like, he's not a Cupid, is he? Like, what is
that?
That
would be the biggest downgrade in radio.
All right. Well, he was recently at Montage Music Hall, which we're just like a Facebook stalking people here, Rochester, New York. So
Give out the entire address too.
Yeah, here's where Dale lives. Here's his phone number. I'm not sure. Maybe he's not in radio. He doesn't seem to post a lot about radio on his Facebook. So I don't know. But yeah, people, when I think back, it's like when we were working on music for the throwback stations around here, Legends on the Hawk, Z103 Throwback, and even Alt 101. I always thought like the 90s was like the best for music because that's when I grew up, and I think back and it's like the 90s were so great. No, there was tons of terrible music during those times. Once you really dig in and start digging deep, I think we're in the best time for music ever. I really do.
90s country, you're going to be dealing with Garth Brooks the entire time, and that was like, the Jelly Roll, the Florida Georgia line of that time, right? Yeah,
like everyone in country music holds the 90s in the highest regard as if it was the best era of country. This might make our country music fans mad, but I think 90s country music is awful.
Come on, Shania Twain's your favorite.
Oh, dude, and it's Alan Jackson. And
well, he's a legend, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a legend. Doesn't mean that Chattahoochee doesn't mean that's a good song, Oh,
I like him. I think he's a cool dude.
He's fine. Again, I'm not trying to trash legends, but even if you listen to the 90s George Strait stuff, it's horrible.
That's another legendary name.
Horrible.
Legendary name.
I would much rather listen to 70s and 80s country than 90s.
Would I want to listen to country? No, definitely not.
And there's better country music coming out right now than I have ever heard. You take a look at Sturgill Simpson, Tyler Childers, Zach Bryan, Coulter Wall. There are so many great modern country artists. Cody Jinks. that are way better than any 90s country. And now there's country artists putting out songs that sound like 90s country, like Zach Top. And I just, the tone of it, it's kind of like, and I'm not just going to bash country, 90s pop music, awful. It's awful.
90s rock too, awful.
A lot of it, I like the 90s metal stuff, you know, back in the 90s, you know, Korn. Korn was too weak for me. I was one of those elitist metalheads when I was in my late teens. So Korn, it's Slipknot. That's not metal. That was me. And now I accept that, yeah, AC/DC is metal. So,
yeah, there you go. Well, I was looking at the comments here because I was seeing if there was anything new on that thread that Craig posted.
Yeah.
Some guy said, I suggest the Armstrong and Getty show from KSTE and iHeart, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. our time. I'm like, what the heck is that? It's a talk radio station that iHeart has. I believe it's AM because it says 650.
Yeah, that'd be AM.
And news, politics, pop culture, plus the experiences of everyday life. That's what's on the menu every weekday in the Armstrong and Getty show.
Is it just typical right-wing talk?
No, I think it's more so, it's probably that mixed in with like, hey, my wife, you know, she made this meatloaf last night. It's pretty good. I'll have to bring it in. That type of thing.
Okay, all right. You know, I've never heard of that show, but, you know, it's got to be better than Neil and Julie.
Right. It's the same old stuff of like, oh, my kids are acting up. What should I do? Call in now type of show from what it seems like here after reading the bios.
It's got to be rough to do a show like Neil and Julie because you just spread this angry stuff all day and you're so dissatisfied with the world. And, you know, it's just an angry show with lots of hate going on. I don't know how people do it. You know, you would just beat yourself down every day. I'm going to encase myself in a giant black cloud every day at work. I just couldn't do it. I mean, it's an easy job because all you have to do is spout off about, you know, controversial things. I'm sure they're just talking about everything that people are fighting about on the comments on East Idaho News. And it would be just exhausting.
Oh, see, now I just went on to ChatGPT and said, give me some fake hot takes for me to say on the air to make listeners mad.
Oh, okay. What you got?
Ranch dressing's overrated.
Whoa, Peaches Ranch is good. How dare you?
Number 2, the Beatles are just fine.
Whoa. Oh, I thought you were going to trash the Beatles.
No, I feel like there's some people out there that do trash the Beatles for the most part.
Yeah.
They just like to trash the big names. That's why I don't take any comments seriously. And they're like, AC/DC sucks. Okay, pick up the guitar and make better music then.
Yeah, dude, like I don't ever throw on an AC/DC album in my spare time, but I'd never say they suck. Like they're legends and they have some songs I like. I'm just not big into them. Just like most of the bands we play on K-Bear. I'm not really huge into them.
Country music isn't real music. That's what it says from ChatGPT.
You should go post that in the 105 The Hot group.
Oh, yeah, so I can just get attacked more. I don't like that Peaches rants. He says you have to add stuff to coffee to make it taste good. That's why I don't like him.
Yeah. What a weakling. Come on, who puts stuff in their coffee?
The noon hour of madness and mayhem powered by Jalisco's is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information, oh wow, I swallowed my spit wrong while I was still talking. That's funny. All right. Okay, where was I? Oh, for more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com.